But let's start with Public Works Director Scott Morgan.
Good afternoon. Thank you. So for the update this afternoon, Public Works crews still continue to salt and plow all the routes. We have made it through all the routes with salting and plowing. A lot of the routes have been done twice. Lamar is still working on its first go through. We're sending an additional crew over there to help get through Lamar. Um, Everything's going fairly well. We're starting to, you can see some tracks in the streets where crews have been clearing the one lane each direction. It still is dangerous out there, so we still want to emphasize don't get out unless you have to. And then as we transition into this afternoon and this early evening, we'll start to see a lot more freezing rain, which will, not do well on the road. So we wanted to get a good push as much as we could with the first and second shift, try to make a dent in it, and then continue to push through the night with our next crew coming on, and continue to push out the plows and the salt. We have no trees reported down, so that's a good thing. Have not seen any accumulation starting on the trees or the power lines. So um, uh, pretty positive news from Public Works. So thank you.
Okay, great. How about MLGW President Doug McGowan?
Thank you. All electric, gas, and water systems are operating normally without any adverse effects. Small number of electric individual outages. We had one transformer fail in the area of Poplar and Highland. That's a pole-mounted transformer. It's not related to the storm, just an age-related failure. Water, we're seeing no loss of pressure, and we're not hearing reports of significant number of broken pipes from residents or commercial businesses. And gas is flowing consistent with what our prediction was and well below the volume that we have available. Again, we continue to look to this evening for the ice accumulation should we change over to freezing rain, and things can change with respect to the impacts of that ice. So we still have plenty of electric crews on standby, and our other crews are standing by waiting to respond should anybody have an outage that we need to repair, or a customer that needs us to provide service to cut their water off in the event they have a leak.
Okay, thank you, President McGowan. Deputy EMA Chief Angie Shelton.
Hey, good afternoon. We'll likely transition to a light freezing rain for the remainder of the day and throughout the night, tapering back to like a wintry mix around noon tomorrow. We are hopeful that all precipitation will be out of the area, the local Memphis area, by early afternoon. Lows tonight are in the upper teens with wind chills still in the single digits. High tomorrow is 21 and cloudy. We want to remind everybody during these times of cold weather to be sure and check on your family, your friends, your neighbors, and don't forget your pets.
Okay, thank you. MATA Trustee Roderick Holmes.
Due to increasingly hazardous road conditions from the winter weather, Memphis Area Transit Authority will suspend all transit services today at 4 p.m. That will include the transit centers. They will also close today at 4 p.m. We will continue to support transportation, however, to the warming centers for as long as the conditions allow us to do that safely, and safety related to our operators as well as the public. At this point, no decision has been made regarding services for tomorrow. We are continuing to coordinate closely with the city of Memphis and our emergency management partners. And any determination will be based solely on the safety of our riders as well as our operators. We will provide updates as soon as decisions are finalized through our official channels, including our website and social media. We want everybody to stay safe out there. And should you need rides to the warming center, there are two numbers that you can call. For those individuals who are unhoused, it would be called at numbers 901-486-0939. For any individuals who experience a power outage or other issue related to water, they would call 901-636-2525 to reach our OEM. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, are there any other updates from members of our team? Parks or any other updates from any team members?
I can give an update for parks.
Okay.
So as of right now, we are preparing to close our four daytime centers and transition to continuing to operate those 24-hour centers, which are Orange Mound, Hickory Hill, and Ed Rice. We do have 5 families, I believe, or 5 that we've reached out to gather transportation from Geisman to Ed Rice. And we're just continuing with those 24-hour operations, making sure that we're able to clear out our pathways and walkways and parking lots right now, working through our vendors to clear that snow accumulation that we're dealing with.
Okay, thank you so much. Are there any questions from the media at this point?
I have one. Lucas Fenn with Commercial Appeal. Is MPD's inclement weather policy still in effect, and do you expect that to extend into later Sunday?
Yes, Lucas, our weather policy is still in effect, and we plan to keep it in effect depending on the conditions outside, probably until Monday, unless things start clearing up before then. But that policy still is in effect.
I've got a question. This is Ron Childers, Chief Meteorologist at Action News 5. Chief, it's good to see you on the call. Do we have crews? I'm especially concerned about our unhoused population. Are our police officers looking for people who are unhoused to encourage them to come to the warming shelters? Because a lot of people don't have a phone, may not have access to a television. So are we actively searching to try to encourage people to get to a warm place?
Ron, absolutely. And that is a practice that during these types of inclement events that our officers are instructed to be on the lookout for stranded motorists, to see if people are in vehicles. And we are starting to consider using a practice of just tagging cars so that we can let other officers know that this vehicle's already been checked, it's abandoned, or whatever the case might be. But we are transporting as well. We're trying to make sure that if anyone needs a ride somewhere, the Memphis Police Department and our support teams, including the fire department, are arranging for transportation to our warming centers.
Thank you for that, Chief. I've got a question for Scott. Scott, we saw a snow plow coming down, looked like a snow plow coming down Union Avenue. Is there priority for street plowing? How many plows do we have? Or was that even a plow we saw? I caught a glimpse from our high five camera. Can you fill us in on that?
Yes, sir. Hey, thanks, Ron. Yes, it probably was a plow. We do have 8 plows for the city. The city mostly uses heavy equipment, like that have blades on the front of them, and then we also contracted with 6 our contractor plows. So those are all hitting the priority routes that are on the MemphisTN.gov/snow-ice. So we're plowing, and then we're following right behind it with salt, letting that salt work in there and continuing, up and down each direction on those routes.
Good deal. When you say priority routes, I assume the major thoroughfares, Poplar, Union Avenue. What other streets or major thoroughfares may be included in that, and how far out in the city and county do those plows go?
Yeah, so we're going to the city limits, but on that map, there's red designated routes. If you go to that map, those are the ones that are what we're calling the primary routes: Shelby Drive, Winchester, Austin P, Jackson, Poplar, Union, Sam Cooper, things like that. So those routes were designated on traffic volume, as well as connectivity to the interstate. So, we wanted to make sure, the majority of the citizens could get to these high volume, high lane count streets, and then be able to make their way to the interstates, as well as connectivity to the hospitals.
Good deal. Thank you for that, Scott. I've got one last question for Doug McGowan. Doug, you guys have done a great job. I saw crews trimming limbs on Walnut Grove leading up to this. We're in good shape with power, as you mentioned. Big concern, though, regarding water. With temperatures dropping into the single digits, likely tomorrow night, again, Monday night being below freezing, likely not even getting above freezing until Wednesday. Do we have to worry about water? There have been posts going around on social media encouraging people to fill up their bathtub in the event that water goes out. Is that a concern?
Sure, it's always a concern anytime we have persistent temperatures below freezing. especially when they get down in the single digits with the wind chills. So all of the precautions that we request people to take, we hope they'll follow. That's dripping those faucets, opening the cabinets, and keeping an eye there. The real risk, Ron, is that we have a number of burst pipes. The number of more that we have, the lower the pressure that we can maintain in the system, and that's what we worry about. Our water system production and distribution is in very good shape right now. We've had minimum number of water main breaks, and we'll have to just keep an eye on that as time goes on. Now, the temperature, the colder it gets, the more the risk. And then you'll start seeing some of those breaks pop up, especially as the temperature begins to rise. And that's when you can start seeing a significant number of those. So it's likely in our future to have some number of residential and commercial customers with burst pipes. We will probably have and experience several water main breaks because that's the nature of these very cold temperatures. But we are well positioned now to provide water to everyone. Only if that becomes a significant issue with a lot of broken pipes will pressure be an issue. But more to follow on that. It is something that we are concerned about, but we ask that everybody take precautions to try to protect those pipes from freezing and bursting in the first place.
Good deal. And Doug, one last question quickly. This just came to mind. If we do lose power, widespread electrical outlets or outages, a lot of people have generators or rely on gas to heat their homes. Is gas pressure a concern in this?
No, gas is well below the volume that we have forecasted and contracted for. So we still have lots of room for us to distribute gas. All of the contracts that we have, all of the production that we have from our liquid natural gas plant, and all of the gas that we have stored for just events like this are flowing through our pipes. So we have plentiful gas. We encourage folks to worry more about their protecting their water pipes and heating their homes. So I don't want you to worry about the availability of gas. The risk is that we could have a regulator station freeze up, but we have crews out there monitoring them regularly to make sure that that doesn't happen. So we're in very good shape with respect to natural gas. And that is one thing that an advantage that we have in this part of the state and this part of the country that they don't actually have in Eastern Tennessee. They have majority electric heat there. So when electricity goes out, they also lose their source of heat. So that's a real advantage that we have here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Good deal. Thank you for that. We appreciate the long hours you all are putting into to get us through this. Thank you.